mission, really, to degeneralize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit. And
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, and left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We got protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. These polar worshiping pedophiles wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system, irrigation, and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher, nor am I some pastor or preacher. Was released represent with this passion to speak up after doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
we're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? Where we should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the Golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive.
I do it dies for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. My crown slash helmet. It's for my aircraft stealth spit. Can't be tied down or even seatbelted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked that caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. The bust all from ices and velvet shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real monkey velvet. Body enough for marches of females clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows and shit to a fly, though haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the still hand, but we're Hill man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Tuttle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as your goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dated space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the case, face off. off. After it shaped the state is your fate. It's fraud. Gotta start intergalactic. My mindset. Perfect country practice. So I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing the step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept. You of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, straight to adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel of a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A crystal carolize what your fans get. Your worlds and pearls what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people never get a piece of pie. That don't only go for the rapper. That go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and rappers can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people, old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah. I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bond or wet. Here's a big fat. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Bow, bow, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. You want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the shy spot. Third eye game, shit tops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that ops. From the skybox, ain't got scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some rumors. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blasting the fact that blood, we gon' have this real some warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, they keep arranged. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Could've loaded in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistol. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fat yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, now, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech. Yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, one turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence. Mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance. From conspiring to novice. Other aspirants of violence. Tyrants of fire. Tritons and giants who hide. I'm trying to fight. In environments of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, squares, groupies, and hype men. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm non-pliant. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. We're foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big monsters come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. There's a big thing. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mao, Mao, or Big Bang. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or wet. Here's a big fat yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, now, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Akichiwa.
All the way from China. Show you designs.
Shines your symbols for the conscious minds, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw.
Beat mechanic.
I had a vision the past night, yeah, a circulus round. Created successful reality from a virtual now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them same little sneaky breezies that'll hurt you, they smile all
Oh, Mac, Dev, Carrie, Millennial, Baby Girl.
Dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens while y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall
Susan, I don't know what you're talking about. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Leo. Appreciate you, Millennial. Appreciate you, honey.
I've accomplished my inner demons. 490 angles guarded by angel of shiny elite angels. Thank you, and I of course am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well at least I'm flying.
As we say in German, and my German accent is not what it used to be, but we say Guten Morgen. All right. We get Isman, which is like good morning, how are you? Give or take. Like I don't have nobody to speak German to. I mean, one was here. I just chose not to, you know. But I need to work on my German. Not because I don't know how to speak. My accent. And I hope that all of you, Guten Tag, good day, whether coming or going. Guten Tag, all right?
I
think I'm gonna listen to Light of the Full Moon.
Yes, rash spit, but the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried as kid, then it tried to eclipse my soul, bounce back from it. I announced it, I'm done with being the sacrificial.
So it's taken me about a month to get this because you know why. They sell so much. I don't want to get into. I don't want to get to who's lying, who's being truthful, or anything. This has nothing to do with what I'm going to speak on. But I went ahead and ordered Release Web. The funny thing about it, if you pay attention to a lot of things that are going on today, they have culminated to a certain point of disembarkment with products, mostly out of California, Atlanta. Well, we know that it's the most perverse places besides New York, which is nothing but a bridge between China, this, that, and the other. And I'm big on sour soap. I have good friends in the Caribbean who are willing to send me overnight with freezer packs, real sour soap. So I'm going to do that and stop going to the middle individuals because that's how they get you. Now they can get you coming from there because they can intercept any of this stuff and put theirs in and get rid of what might be good. They literally do this. In case you weren't aware, I mean, you got to remember, they sabotage tanks in front of the eyes of those with the fake Third Reich. All right, this is what they do. It don't take a lot of individuals. When you go out, who's around you, I guarantee you, just like 1 out of 3 people may have a heart attack, 1 out of 5, maybe 15 of your group works with them, maybe 2. The problem is that there's a few of us who know who's who. We're not flattered or plagued by it. So what I'm going to start off with today will be pretty interesting. So I got this because it's supposed to be the better. I have real sour soap leaves that I'm more content with. I don't mind them coming after me when I'm not going after them. But it shows you the legitimacy of how deplorable these things are. Okay? And at the end, I'm going to speak to that. You saw me pick 20 macadamia. All right? Usually it's about 1/4 of a cup. So it'd be like 2 more of that, which would be about 60, which I'll have to get my 2 grams of protein. There's more protein in vegetables than you can imagine, even some fruit. And your body processes it based on the sun and the water, the minerals that you put in your body. So that's 2 grams, all right? So that's less, that's about what I just ate, roughly about less than a gram, okay? Much less. Now, 2 tablespoons of this is 6 grams and 198 milligrams of potassium, all right? And then you get, as far as your monosaturated, your polyunsaturated, stuff that you actually need. And then the dietary fiber is 36%, and that's out of 2 tablespoons. Which you saw me putting my 1 cucumber, a whole banana, and about roughly 4 strawberries. Now you can make it less to make it more like a thick smoothie. I'm just gonna drink it as is. So then that's counting your macros and all that. For those who don't know, I just thought that I would share that. Hey, what's going on, Charles? You know, I just turn this off. I know. I really truly enjoy. I adore the brothers' music, and there's new stuff. I have some other stuff too. 7 grams. I'll play his stuff as long as it's not copywritten. I think we can do a split where I can share revenue in case. So I've got him, Dead. I've got a CeeLo. I've got a bunch of individuals' music, but I kind of like listening because they ToLU'S Z, and then, you know, the one that I play from Omeg. It's like it's on point. So let's see how this tastes. I was gonna put a tablespoon of the mesquite honey in there, because in the AM, there's nothing wrong with having your apple, all right, having your fruits. Now I'm gonna explain something about my fast too, and then we'll get into the said topic, okay? Which is elusive, right? Okay. All right, let's see how it tastes. Without the honey. Oh, that is so good. And the cucumber is so fresh. Oh, man. So I'm going to start leaving alone the tobacco form of, because like I said, they poison it so much. So I'm going to be using level 3 Zen. And I only want to at least use about 2 of these. I want to get to the point where I don't have to, and I cold turkey from the nicotine. Pretty much, you know what I mean? But it's going to be in, we're here another year, but it'll be in my system from anywhere from 1 to, depending on the brown and white fat, or the yellow and white fat. Brown fat is what you want, but regardless of that, or white fat, but which I think that's so hardens your arteries. But I will make sure that during the walk, y'all know. Now I got to leave out this AM. I need to wash clothes and then pick up some 2x2 and 1x1, so I can go ahead and get that built up. And pick up, well, the polyurethane. I may order it because it's kind of heavy. Now I have 2 cans of flat seal. I can utilize that. And I'm thinking that I'm probably going to do the whole bottom with what you saw me utilize and the flex seal. But I got to do it like right now. There's no wind. It would be the most up time to do that. The polyurethane, I'll wait till next month. I'm waiting on this credit union to put the fiat back in my bank. Based on that company I was telling you about, likes to rob people. And of course, even though they have a negroid face, we'll use that term. All these terms are made up, okay? And y'all seen him, yes, on Facebook, Instagram, and everything, talking about the iron, you know, the cell, whatever. I had got that. I showed you the bottle. I had tested it. It stayed since 2024. A friend of mine, Air Force officer, he told me do not drink it and inform others not to. Maybe they'll change it and make the appropriate stuff. Most of this stuff out here, these supplements and stuff, are killing people. I don't like that word, but in the elusive of everything, that's a word that actually pertains to something. I went to the page when the internet and everything, and y'all remember when it was all acting funny, and you know they do their stuff. You know, they're changing the algorithms out again, and the nosiness and everything else. And I received a package one day out here, and I saw it, and I was like, Apple Eve. And so I went to the platform again, right after I looked at all the stuff they had on there. After I saw how bad this stuff was, I said, wow, they're selling all this stuff, saying that cosmic cellular, whatever it's called, iron, blah, blah, blah. You don't want a lot of iron in your system. Anyway, and you need to get blood work to see what minerals and vitamins and everything else you might, because a lot of times you take stuff, you don't need it. chelated copper. Some of you probably don't need copper. Some of you probably around an environment that you eat enough, you get more than a substantial amount of copper and selenium and everything else. But it might be that 1 or 2 mineral that is messing you up, that 1 amino acid that you're not receiving, taurine, whatever it may, leucine, whatever it may be. In your diet, you might and might not be receiving it, and it will upset the fabric of your physical existence and play a monopoly on your mental or spiritual or source or soul or whatever. This beast is very insidious, and it affects all walks of life. So you want to go ahead and get the best people to represent you in medicine and everything else by the definition of terms, because it is part of this nomenclature of existence. So I will stick with my smoothies. Sour soap I am very big on, just like I am on dandelion root. A number of, healthy teas, green tea and so forth. But what I'm going to say is Monday, when I start my fast, it's going to be an intermittent form. I'm not going to express to you what I decide to have at 6 o'clock or whatever time it may be. The thing about fasting, you got to be careful, because if you cannot sustain over 3 days, you could still have very serious issues. Now, remember, this reset was not for clearing my arteries and all that other stuff. It was to reset my functionality, my mental, Christ, the terms that we've utilized. Now, I've done it about 5 times now, 4 or 5 times. It would be beneficial to start when you're young based on the time that's going on. As you see, that may not matter. I don't want to throw that out there. I'm saying y'all should be very productive in your positive affirmations, your stand, and do not wane. Do not let the things that afflicted you yesterday, which is supposed to be a curve and a learning factor, be the benefiter of a tomorrow that may never come. Allow yourself to be more responsive in your responsibilities and exude that. Now, let's see what time it is. It is now 9:51. I want to play one more and then we'll get right into it. But I wanted to just give you that, all right? Gotta have it.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up
It's
against
thick.
the oppressor.
Don't worry, it's thick.
That's all.
I only
what
put
my
that much
music's
water
about.
with all
the
this
oppressed
stuff.
rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3-pound pressure, no way lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no way lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no way lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no way lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. It's time for a change, got a bounce up. The oppressor's about to get housed up. I'ma lay him out, execution styles too late with apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of blame by God, it's overdue. Your time is to the end. Locked y'all silent without sin. He put me on the planet for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down with suppressors attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the pitiful simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand. Born meals too late when the caps get billed. Don't believe it, TC type. Born hits close to home. You gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When it's on the zone, all red on my vision through sight. It's killer be killed whenever I fight. From above, I'll be given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. All the way to the dawn daylight.
Little girl, she had her, you know what I mean? She ain't, I walked right by her, she stayed by the food. She like, the lizard, I don't know what other one is. He was just like, I just walked right by, y'all saw me and they came back, they was still right there.
3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender.
If y'all don't go about y'all business,
and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean it in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. Such a gimme. everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere, big business. You want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, push, step, crush. That's how it all is. It's like, nobody ever stopped.
It's powerful like that. Anyway, the first thing I want to mention, and this is in support of the police, not all, but the good guys. I want y'all. There's probably 1,000 individuals, ex-law, this, that, and other. I'm not here to sacrament another ideology. I want to put some forward, because a lot of times when we speak about stuff, people take it and they run with it because of what they've been through. Let me help you out. Do you know that you can have an individual, and it's on the people out here to be more astute, but we all know the common denominator is a lot of brokenness. And it is sadly part of what's been being done continuously. I know some of you remember and recall me saying that the Black Plague, the Spanish flu, was created by them over here. And it was supposed to be a vaccine, and it went out of hand. And you see the numbers of those counted, the lives it took. Let's say somebody steals a vehicle, right? We know it happens every, 5 minutes or whatever the number is. I haven't looked at it in years. Other than the Ricky, the Ricky recruit, the newbie, the greenier. Some of these individuals have seen some of the worst of things. Babies, homeless, beheaded. This very bad. Without me going so much into detail, your imagination based on what may be real, you should already know. A lot of them have it pretty bad. And now we are not speaking in the benefit of the elusive, dumb racists. I have no nice words for them. They're conditioned by the very same system, just like the KKK with Zionism, the Christian Zionist movement. You would think that the white supremacists hating and being anti-Semitic, well, they can't be, because the people that they have hate towards aren't of Shem. But they move one and one, and they actually support each other. You see that today in Palestine and on the streets and here and everywhere else. It's very elusive. Not here to bash. The stress of those who went to do the right thing, to follow maybe a family, or because it's the new thing with a certain group of individuals. I mean, go back 30, 40 years, how many Mexicans were on the police department? Ecuadorians or whatever, or Peruvians. How many did you know? How many Africans were on the police department? You could go to Texas now, you can go to New York, you can go to a number of places. How many Sikh Indians? How many Muslims, other than so-called black Muslims and white Muslims, were on the police department? There weren't hardly that many at all. You can count it on one hand, if not 3 fingers. But a lot of people are paying attention to the time, and they see what's going on. And most of those foreigners today, they come over here, they've been Europeanized, westernized by the definition, and they already have this angst against you in their stupor and ignorance. So to go and see the pain, to see the accidents, the people being not responsive to go and drink and party and to get behind the vehicle, that's a moving tank. To get on a motorcycle, those who feel like they got to get home, they know they made a bad mistake, they go and steal somebody's property. Those who feel like they have nothing to lose, these things are, you know, pedophilia. There are many people in the police department who are not pedophiles. They're not abusive, and they're very aware that this plays a role. But there's a big fear compactor too, impact that happens. There are a lot of agents caught up in a lot of things as well. You have those who with good duty. And then you have that scarlet pimple per se, who have no good intentions. And just like those who make it through boot camp, who should not be in the military, we always see the outcome of those who make it to a certain point. Stop. And the power trip. A lot of you know this. There are police who are out here to do, sadly, the job required of them by a very organized heads. The perversion's deep, especially when you realize that in a mistake you made that affects you, you can get away with it. It was never supposed to be that way. The lives you live, it was never meant to be that way. They're not stopping anything, yet in this destructive narrative, it is curving and shaping, curving away further and shaping, getting you to this point. I had somebody say to me, and this is a police officer friend of mine who's retired. He pays attention to videos and all that, just like everybody else does. He says, "What do you so you don't believe Pompeii is real?" Not at all. I says, you go in a canyon, you can go anywhere around the world, and if you are a good rock climber and you can go a different route other than the one planned out, you'll see ancient buildings that are burnt, molted. You walk in there and you will see things in no history book other than probably under the Vatican. Why am I saying that? Because you'd be surprised how many of them are actually paying attention. Look at the detective telling the black people that they're really from this land. We don't need to affirm that. You don't need to argue with anybody. You don't need to become this. You don't have to argue it. There are those who are going to accept their responsibility and those who are going to be responsible to negate negativity towards anything that may be of a positive influence to many. You see all the censoring that happened. And the worst part about all the censoring, they were wrong, but it was with intention. They need to get to a certain point to accomplish a certain thing. So there are many good police. And though you would think that they're the law, they're not. They work on policies and everything that goes against the Constitution and everything that goes against the law of the land, which is the natural order of things. But you know, when you destroy that to a certain point and you mesmerize and debilitate the population, it affects them as well. Now, because you were nurtured and raised in this be obedient, yet you're free, well, you can't be two. You're either obedient, a peasant, a servant, subservient, or you're free. No one tells you which way to go, how to go, but you're morally sound. You're not going to speed by the definition. You're not going to be like a wild horse untamed, zipping across the prairie or running, from one plateau to another. There's this commonology that people want to be right in all their affairs. And again, that's based upon what? Choices. A lot of times when you see the things out here that are very traumatical, and you have this form of authority, it's a breaking point for a lot of individuals. Some pull back, You'd be surprised at how many special forces operators find Jesus and everything. And I don't attack them. I just say, wow, need more research, but it's in due time. When we're dealing with law, everything that you know in this world is against it. Everything that you have the compassion for deeper understanding for, that's for the betterment of you. The laws are against it. If that was not the case, you wouldn't have individuals going to these pastors and these nuns and so forth and deacons who are out there feeding the homeless. You wouldn't have them in their costume with a badge, handcuffs, prison restraints, I call them, destroying that, which feed people like themselves. You know how many police officers I know and ex-special forces are homeless on the streets? They have no voice now, though. They humble themselves because they were in that position. And sometimes these individuals can't see beyond that. They refuse to. You have medicine. It's supposed to be the policing of your health. And it further subjugates. But it's not all. Okay? Remember I made that one video talking about Joseph Mengele and medicine? I was right on spot when I said it about Fauci. He's even worse. Joseph Mengele wasn't doing what people think he was doing. You'd be surprised to know how many of those individuals in the Waffen-SS and all that other are Jewish. I'm not here to talk about race, ethnicities, and all that other stuff either. I am just wanting to point out these facts. Now, beyond that, remind yourself that because you know otherwise does not mean they all know. So you need to move and act accordingly. I'm not saying bow down and grovel at their feet, all right? What I'm saying is don't do the thing. We already know. I've seen thousands of videos of these corrupt little monkeys, the bad ones, pull people over. There's nothing wrong with the light, the tail light. They are out there to get a hit. You'd be surprised how many people have a gun and feel like I'll never use it. I remember in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when you had chiefs and all of them who never wanted to shoot their gun and never had to. They had reason and rationale. Today is not the same. You actually have people who join the military because they want to someone. That's how they're able to paint and do the things to proliferate and put you in harm's way to come home in a pine box. But not everybody's moving in higher intellect or intelligence, because if they knew the truth of Pompeii, if they knew the truth of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or if they knew the truth about London Bridge, or if they knew the truth about Ben, the blimps, aircraft, weapons, what they were really for, if they knew the truth, then this all could have been stopped. I am saying I think it might be a little too late for now. Everyone has choices, so I can't go further in detail. You are not supposed to be the outward emotional feeling type of individuals that you have become. Your emotions and feelings are supposed to take you to a higher level of the several discs of your existence, or more or less. You're all easily influenced because you don't walk in your true nature. The world around you is a complete fiction. If you could only see what once existed. Somebody asked me, I guess they saw something, I don't know, whatever you saw, I didn't see it. They said, do you think Atlantis, Babylon, Tartaria, listen to me. You're in Babylon now. If you think there was only one flood, then you have bought into the bigger lie. If you think there was no fire already, then you really haven't paid attention. The portrait painted before you. Your existence has the marks all around it. Can you imagine a tree that reaches beyond the scope of your visual? Well, their footprints are still here. You've been given a different story. Is the earth a spinning ball? You have a choice to choose whatever you choose. I gotta finish drinking the rest of this stuff, so I'm gonna put a little water in here and swish it around. As you know, there is a reason why they poison the water, the food, and everything else. Besides the fact of knowing that you're going to figure it out, you're not going to do nothing to change it. By that time, it's too late, as it is. That's just my opinion. The fall of Atlantis. Could you imagine buildings reaching a half a mile up? You walk amongst this rubble. Tartario's to reclaim that. That's what Tartaria was for. Anybody telling you the so-called black man, Negro? Look at me. I know Germans who look like Native Americans. Oh, serious. Is it because of the conquering? We have dark melanated people that look like Native Americans. I don't think you get what I'm saying here. Everybody has been pitted against everybody because that is the only way they can do and study and watch and like a biopsy. Who's willing to betray their own? You don't see no tree betraying any other tree in this world. You don't see bodies of water to which you don't know most of the truth to betraying bodies of water. You don't see no landmass, and all these lands are connected. They're not far at all. You can walk to any one of these countries, so-called countries. They're very close. You don't see the lands betraying the lands. You don't see the different flows and vectors of air betraying the subsidiaries of air. You don't see the cross-mingling or the pain of the animals. You see the chemical breakdown, the delusion forced by man's hand, that which God, you know nothing about. It's like a little broken RC or Cox plane trying to crank it up. Oh my goodness. Even that was good. So get a little something in the stomach. I guess to go ahead and wash these clothes. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of wood and come on back. I want to work on that a little bit because, again, like I stated, Monday, I'm gonna call this bank today. If not something in there, I didn't go down there. I listened to them. I felt like, okay, they're gonna take care of it. But this is pragmatic to the system. I have no problem performing in it. My time here is short. I know. I just know things. I've given everybody the best of opportunity, and everybody forgoes it because they think that everything they're doing is normal. They are consciously, sadly, connected to the lie. I cannot change that. I can't. Every one of you, let me see if I can pull it up and read it. If I can read it, it'd be better for you. Some of you might not want to hear it from me. So maybe I can find it. Let's see. We get S-E. We get S in him. We get S in him. I can't even get my German sound, but anyway, how are y'all doing so far? All right. We S in N. I can't even. I need more German people around me, man, to help me with my German, man. It's so the accent. If I was in England, I'd have an English accent in like 5 days. Germany, I'd be Javo. You know what I mean? I'd be running all over the place. Anyway, let me see if I can find this word and a way to explain it. Hey, mamma mia. Okay. Let's see if this pulls it up. Okay. I'm going to give you the AI overview based on search labs, okay? Lower existence isn't a widely recognized, and of course not, recognized philosophical or scientific term. Why would it be? Why would they want you to know, right? They want you to walk in your false astute of your grand fake power. And you see guys that work out and they are egotistical. They have no idea that they're in their lowest existence. All that they're doing is bull crap. I should know, done it for many decades, right? However, based on the context of existence itself, it could refer to a few things depending on the intended meaning. Let's look at non-existence or limited existence. Non-existence or limited existence. Now, this could imply a lack of being, but they call you a human being. Or a form of existence, a form, not existence that is as it should be, a form of existence that is less substantial or less complete than other forms. I was talking about trees, animals, this, that, and other, the fact that we slaughter, things with feelings and emotions that would show you compassion and love. You were nurtured with barbecues and seasonings, not knowing the old world. Some would say, well, y'all must have been Cabbage Patches too. No, actually, we came about the woodworks, our hidden places. And there were many like you. They were sought and our people hunted, sacrificed, and murdered. Things didn't happen the way you think it is. It's totally different. Calamity, though, on a large scale, absolutely. So, for example, in philosophy, something might be considered possible, but not yet real. Possible, but not yet real. Or actual, suggesting a lower level of existence. In lower realms of existence, could the lower be up there? The concept of realms of existence is explored in psychology and philosophy, particularly in relation to human consciousness. These realms can be categorized as biological, neurobiological, cognitive and conscious. Now, lower existence could refer to the more basic or fundamental realms. Realms, people, like the biological or neurobiological, which are thought to be foundational to the more complex ones like the cognitive or the conscious. You are all living at one of your lowest forms of existence. Every last one of you. Even those with hidden secrets and all that other stuff. They're not even living in their existence. And those who've been hijacked, body snatched, for those who think cloning is not real and all that stuff, I wouldn't even waste my time being affluent in that narrative. You are all living at your lower. And if you want to know what the evolution is, that's it. They know exactly. I'm not saying that what they're doing, by knowing what they're doing, is what should be done. Like I said, hold on to the end, all right? They know exactly what they're doing. They've studied you. They manipulated. They've changed many dynamics. They've infused, they put things out there to keep you from ever exiting and re-attaining. All because, and I say this because you don't know how to make a choice. You have false fears of things you have no fear of. You will dismiss somebody that is good for you, or those people who are good for you, because of what happened, and you stand consistent in that negativity. Right now, you have a bunch of people running around talking about the black community is more deadly or not. That's less than 1% of our people. And they saying they're 13%. Well, you tell me how you take 67 to 75 million people and make them 13%. Well, when you divide them up, you got people running around Pan-Africanism and all this other stuff. And you got all these things, and everyone refused to come together. They're in their lowest form of existence, and they think they're smart. Look at your boy Umar. He's no doctor. He is the epitome of not just self-betrayal, lies, indicative to the performance, the false performance skills he gives, only because he thinks he's higher than you. That's where you have class. He actually speaks a lot of nonsense, but it's only relative because you have been astute in how you've been trained. So what you've been fed, people in certain communities, they seek the performance of this ignorance. We all have been touched and shamed by this elusive thing that was created, regardless of how it came to be. People are doing more research and digging, and I'm going to say this, and I want you to listen. If it were up to me, I would tell you all to stop telling everything you come across, because that is how they know that there are things they can't do no more, that y'all are waking up, because you're very powerful, but they can reset you and pick the same worthless Nephilimic bloodline, protect them. Y'all have no idea. But because everybody's talking so much, I've been talking about this stuff over 40 decades. Well, 50, really. Started around 7 or 8. 5 decades. Excuse me, not 50 decades. 50 years, 5 decades. People like myself are the ones who are not the cog in the wheel, but the ones who are removing the splinters from your skin, sometimes leaving little pieces of wood in. But the moment y'all find out, your magnificence shines out. Your magnificence shines out, and y'all start blabbing everything. And they're just sitting here. Why do you think they can see you through your TV? They can see you through your phone. They can see you in your vehicle, especially the newer ones. Every one of them. Now, for me to finish this off, it doesn't change. It ends this time. And there will be a time when none of this will be remembered. Them or anything else. It'll be a new. They're stuck. Just like they think they got you, which y'all freeing yourselves. But they're stuck. It is not their nature. It is not who and what it is. Things that are happening that should never happen. It is beyond your, it is way beyond how you can comprehend. Your comprehension, there's no, you have no comprehension of it. Oh, it is, oh, if you could really, oh, no. It is beyond your comprehension. It is so much worse than you can imagine. Beyond any goofy Hollywood movie, or it's beyond it. There are only those of us who see it. Humpty Dumpty. You know it's real? there were people whose faces were right here. Humpty Dumpty. Everything that you think is mythology, that's real. What you're living is fake. I figured y'all would have figured that out by now. And your poor decisions and poor choices, living at the lowest of your existence. I mean, what else can I say? Poor choices. Standing off, false fears, negating. You know, I'm not saying go outside your door and you got every fifth door somebody's being robbed, murdered, or raped. I am stating that you all have choices, and you know there's something good there, and you choose to go against it because you're in a prison state of mind. It's beyond your comprehension. You know, when I fast, I feel so much better. But don't think that there's not a part of me that wants to rip up and tear up. And I got to be honest. Wants to snatch a tree out of the ground by every root. Who wants to take, I have to be honest. Who wants to run through a mountain and destroy it? I'm not here for that. Who gives warning? Because I know it will be ignored. So, to sum this up, have no fear. Make peace. Be at peace with yourselves and make peace with those around you. Don't go putting on a cape and a mask that you're going to save something. You refuse to come together and be a voice. You refuse to put away the electronics and all the other stuff. You'll see. I keep saying you'll see, and I only say it because I know there are those who doubt in their ignorance, in a lower form of existence. You'll see. For those who will see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You'll see. As y'all know, I appreciate you guys. There's one other thing I wanted to read, but I'll save it for later, maybe. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna use that. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. But other than that, Danka, which is like a good day or have a good day. I forget how to say it in the long form. But I want y'all to know that for the family, was fraen, schoenetak, was fraen, a schoenetak, or tak, something like that. My German is rusty, guys. It ain't like I'm talking it all the time, right? But I'm working on it. But I hope you'll have a good day. All right? Hey, Shy City, what's up? I'm going to shout everybody. Did I get everybody? My apologies if I didn't. It's good to see you. Kanoko Best, how are you doing? I'm well. while everything is pressing. I enjoy the pressing. Leo B, I got you. Anyway, I appreciate you all. And I'll actually go over some of this later on, maybe. I know I told you I would come on and read. Okay, and we'll get there. All right. And again, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and run use the bathroom, right? And get myself situated so I can get out here early, get this clothes washed, pick up a little few things, and get back while the daylight's up. The sun is up. Let it be beneficial. All right. And again, I appreciate you guys. Excuse me, gas. Okay.